One should no more refuse to request an extension of Article 50 because of what one might regard as the noble end of departing from the EU as soon as possible than one could possibly excuse robbing a bank on the basis that the cash stolen would be donated to a charitable cause immediately afterwards. We should not be in this linguistic territory. End of subject. If we come close to being there, I would imagine that Parliament would want to cut off such a possibility and to do so forcefully. If that demands additional procedural creativity in order to come to pass, it is a racing certainty that this will happen, and that neither the limitations of the existing rulebook nor the ticking of the clock will stop it doing so.
Let me just quote back to you the last part of what you just heard Speaker Bercow say, with an interpolation of what the first part meant. If that, stopping the UK leaving the EU 31st October in accordance with Article 50, demands additional procedural creativity in order to come to pass, it is a racing certainty that this will happen, and that neither the limitations of the existing rulebook nor the ticking of the clock will stop it doing so. The limitations of the existing rulebook will not stop it doing so. I'll give you a moment to let that sink in for a bit. Government can only govern if it has the confidence of Parliament. Parliament can only legislate within the Constitution. Parliament does not have the constitutional power to act as a backseat driver for government. If Parliament does not have confidence in the government, it must pass a vote of no confidence to either form a new government, or if it cannot do so, for a general election to then be held. Parliament will not face the people because it knows the people have no confidence in Parliament. The effect of Speaker Bercow's No Deal bill isn't to stop no deal. It is to stop Brexit. Assuredly, every member who voted for the bill campaigned for Remain at the referendum. The effect of this unconstitutional legislation is clearly its intent. This Parliament knows that the contempt it has for the people is mutual and will be more than reciprocated by the people at the ballot box. Parliament's sovereignty is derived from the people who elect it. We need a people's parliament, not a loser's parliament. Additional procedural creativity. Additional procedural creativity. There is only one term for usurping the Constitution to aid a foreign power. One hopes that Black Rod will bring reality crashing down around the ears of this rogue Parliament by placing Speaker Bercow under arrest for treason and announcing Her Majesty's use of her royal prerogative to dissolve Parliament for a general election to be held.
If that demands additional procedural creativity in order to come to pass, it is a racing certainty that this will happen, and that neither the limitations of the existing rule book nor the ticking of the clock will stop it doing so.